Yeah, this team keeps fighting. Give them credit. They made a run right around that point. I have to go back and look at the tape to see exactly what happened during that stretch. But give them credit.
And then just wondering what you saw in the half court offensively in the possessions, and how much LeBron was on the ball and having to make plays, and what you were looking to see.
Yeah, we gotta continue to look for the right balance. They have two elite scorers down the other end. That had us with the lineup out there that we can make sure we can get enough stops to try to win. Some guys stepped up to hit big shots. With I think Kenny and Alex both hit threes towards the end of the fourth there, and we got to continue to find ways to lighten his load.
Okay, Kyle Boone, please.
Hey, Frank. Was there any consideration to putting Trez in at the end of the game?
Yes.
Given what was the choice there?
Yeah, for sure. But Robin Lopez is huge, and like I said, they have two dominant offensive players having huge nights, and we want as much size that we could get at the rim for defensive purposes.
Okay, David Benjamin, please.
Right, how does this one compare to the last two losses? Obviously, you guys hit some outside shots. You had several different contributors on offense, but same results. I don't know, are there anything that you point to that you liked in tonight versus the last two losses, the rest you didn't like?
Yeah, we're just in an adjustment period. It's tough for me to go back to what the last two games exactly look like, but we just didn't get the job done tonight. We're adjusting to some guys being out. We're doing some good things, just falling a little bit short. But it's a long season. Our group's remaining together. They're fighting, and we'll get back to work tomorrow.
Dan Wilkie, please.
Frank, you guys don't have 2 days off between now and the All-Star break. LeBron won't have a full All-Star break. Is there any consideration to giving him a day, minutes again, over 40 minutes tonight? Is that something you'll have to consider?
Yeah, we consider, we consider that all season long with him, and we'll make those decisions on a game-by-game basis.
Okay, we'll go to Bill Oram, please.
Right, kind of along the same lines. Barring an injury, are you comfortable with the idea of LeBron playing all 72 in this season, just considering all the short off season, now no All-Star break, the compressed schedule?
We'll see. We'll see. We'll continue to evaluate it game to game. Meet with the medical staff, meet with LeBron, see how he's feeling, see what the load looks like, and make those decisions game to game.
Okay, Mark Medina, please.
Hey, Frank, along those lines, what are your takes on how LeBron's managed the workload that he's had without Anthony Davis on the floor compared to before that?
How he's managed it?
Yeah.
He's a workhorse. He's doing everything he can for us.
We have Mike Bresnahan joining us. What you got, Brez?
Actually, something you just said a few minutes ago kind of triggered me to look up a few things. You said LeBron has played 4 games this month of 40 minutes or over. That's crazy. So right now I did some quick math. He now leads the league in minutes per game in the month of February, averaging about 38. Past the Fred VanVleet, so that's not really a stat you want to be leading. That's only a month. There's only 11 games he's played, but now you take a look at what's the Lakers' schedule coming up. Not a lot of easy outs between now and the end of the All-Star break. We'll get that in a minute. But first, LeBron, a lot of questions from the media members. Does LeBron deserve a game off? They got the 1-game road trip coming up on Wednesday in Utah. Will the Lakers leave him home? It's only a 1-game trip. That is up to Frank Vogel and LeBron, and of course LeBron's trainer, Mike Mancias. But between now and then, he's playing well. It's just the minutes are getting up there, and there you see the calendar. Here's what I see, guys. Jazz, number 1 in the West. Portland, number 5 in the West. Golden State, number 8. Phoenix, number 4 in the West. And then you have the Kings, who have lost 7 in a row. That is not an easy way to end the All-Star break, guys.
Brez, you see a win in there? See the Lakers getting on track?
Yeah.
When does Dennis come back? Portland?
Maybe Golden State. It's that Utah one's gonna be tough. They were down like 10 or 15 tonight against Charlotte. Ended up winning by 15 or so. That team's playing really well right now. Maybe Portland.
Portland's played the Lakers.
Not sure what's
Portland's played the Lakers well here.
I got them winning the Jazz game, man. They're going up in there.
Really?
Without LeBron.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
I'm going to call Frank and say, Frank, tell LeBron the plane is leaving at 3 and you leave at 1. You leave him home. And then you go up in Utah and you win without him.
That's an interesting take.
LeBron's on the tarmac all by himself.
LeBron's going to play.
What happened?
He's going to win that game.
I like that.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. All right.
Okay.
Bet dinner.
Where?
You call it.
P.F. Chang.
Brez, go for something bigger. Purple and gold are back in action on Wednesday night. Come on, Brez. Make Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. I'm Chris McGee, Hall of Famers, Big Game James Worthy, 7-time champion Robert Horry. We got Brez that's going to join us in a little bit. Trudell and Allie work in the locker room. The Lakers have lost 4 of 5. They've lost 3 in a row. This one to the Wizards. They had a 17-point lead with 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Had a chance to win at the end of regulation as well. They've gone overtime with Detroit, OKC, and the Wizards. So some of the bottom dwellers of the NBA.
Yeah, they did bottom dweller, but they all got heart. If you look at where Detroit came out, they played them hard. You look at where OKC played them hard. Tonight, they played them really hard. You look at Westbrook and Bradley Beal, an all-star, came out and gave them 30 apiece, 60 points plus with those guys. And when you have dynamic guards like that and you're missing one of yours, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I mean, look, in this game, if you allow teams to feel like they can beat you, then, you have guys like Westbrook and Bill and, well-coached team, they're probably going to do it. And so that's what happened. The Lakers had a 17-point lead. They took their foot off the gas. They made some really stupid, silly turnovers, stopped executing, stopped moving, and they didn't deserve it. It was an ugly win. If I were coaching, I might have them practice about 30 minutes after this game because it was something they needed to play well. They played well, enough to win this game and to come out in the third quarter. And look, the Wizards are good. They got some good players. They got 2
on the street.
Exciting players. They've been winning. But when you have a 17-point lead, you have to come with a different mentality. They stop moving the ball. Look, I don't mind when the ball is in LeBron's hand if he's hot, but when he has it, there's not a lot of ball movement going on down the stretch. And that's why they were difficult getting shots. There was no movement. The defense was set right on him. And there was just, not enough to overcome the victory. So they didn't deserve it tonight. They didn't deserve it. And, Washington played well down the stretch with some other players that hit some big shots.
Last sequence here, LeBron with 7 seconds, he pulled up from long range, and Kuz gets the rebound, kind of chucks it up, and there's your ball game.
Another thing, too, Geeter. LeBron's getting a little tired, I think. How many minutes tonight?
Over 40.
Yeah, see,
tonight was 43, James. He's been over 40 4 times this year. They've all been in the overtime.
They got to start taking a look at that, even though they need wins and they need LeBron. They got to play without him sometime and let them get back into the motion like they did in the first half. The ball was moving. They were getting some decent shots.
Yeah, well, you mentioned something earlier, James. You said coaching. And we know Vogel is huge on stats. You're not looking at the stats and see where this guy has only played 23 minutes and he's giving you 26 points.
Montrezl
Harrell. And I think sometimes coaches get so caught up in shooting threes that you think you have to win a game by shooting threes. Montrez was killing on the inside. He was getting rebounds. He was getting points in the paint. And they had a lead. They stopped going to him, start shooting a lot of threes. Montrez is not in the game. That hustle guy, that energy guy. And you start going downhill.
So he goes with Gasol a lot down the stretch in that fourth quarter in this overtime. Must be a defensive matchup. What are you seeing from Gasol defensively that you're not seeing from? Obviously the size, but I mean, because we were all thinking maybe, hey, there was a time where they were stagnant. You need a guy like Trez in there.
Well, for me, watching that, you watching Lopez. You can guard Lopez. I can guard Lopez. So you can still put Montrez in the game because Montrez was going to work on. I know Lopez probably got a couple of jumpers on him in the first quarter. But Montrez figured him out. Montrez said, I know what to do. I'm going to swipe him down low so he can't get the shot off. And Montrez is a very smart player. He took a huge charge down the stretch. And you got to have guys like that because you had that one moment in the game where LeBron and Gasol switched. Gasol got blown by. Got blown by full layup. If Trey's in there, at least you get a better on-ball defender than Gasol. And I think there are moments like that where you got to sometimes. I know this is your rotation. You're not used to having Trez down the stretch in the game because you usually have AD in there. Hey, he's rolling for you. He's a good defensive player. He's a smart player. He's a hustle player. You have to use him.
I agree. I agree 100%. You know, game plans are just that. They're game plans. And sometimes, you know, you have to throw that away and just play by the feel of the game. And you needed energy. You needed extra possessions. You needed, you needed your Montrezl Harrell in there. So I know Marc Gasol plays this role. He can knock down the three and has knocked down the three. But I would agree with you there, Rob. You know, he was effective. You know, he was enhancing what LeBron does out there as well. So yeah, I mean, it was an ugly loss, and